Well, let me just start by saying thank you for coming to this Inform Your Community Much to Discuss event. My name is Jake. My pronouns are he, they. I am a young white man with a headset, brown hair, and a black shirt, blue eyes. Closed captioning is enabled and can be turned on by participants. And here at Inform Your Community, we offer events that combine really important, impactful information with having fun. You can visit us on our website at www.informyourcommunity.org, where you can find our social media links on the bottom of that site, and tell your friends to sign up for our mailing list at the top right of our site. You can also donate using our donate link also at the top right of the page. And if you're watching the recording of this video, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps us out. So this event is part of our Much to Discuss program where we host a fun virtual game night where you learn about an important issue. Today, we're going to be learning about intersectionality through our games today, which will be a trivia game and a scavenger hunt. The good news is that the winner of each game will get bragging rights and a digital certificate to show off, and we will also have a prize for the overall winner who gets the most points. What is the prize? Well, it is All In. That is the autobiography of Jean King, as well as a youth book on equality written by Billie Jean King. And yes, if we have a tiebreaker, there is equal number of points between multiple people. Well, we'll have a tiebreaker if that's the case. During the game, you have the chance to network with others interested in this topic, as well as we encourage your participation in the chat. Clearly, it's important to educate people on this topic because intersectionality is a way to help understand and respect people's identities, especially in the current age where respect isn't as prevalent. In 2023, Florida banned the teaching of critical race theory, and 21% of U.S. C-suite leaders are women only. Women. Only 4% of C-suite leaders are women of color. And increasingly people are identifying as multiracial, with a 276% increase in the reported number of people who identify as multiracial from 9 million in 2010 to 33.8 million in 2020. And though we don't have one co-facilitator at our event today, we want to say that in our own ways, all of us are co-facilitators for this topic, not just me, Stacy, and Tyler, but all of us attending as well, bringing our expertise and experience as people who represent different communities to the table for this event. We have technically terrific Tyler here to help us with tech, so everyone give a nice hi to Tyler. And to facilitate our games today, we have our CEO and founder, the amazing Stacy Carrillo, and Tyler will also be helping facilitate one of our games. Throughout the games and event in general, if you have any questions or comments on the topic, please feel free to either unmute yourself or talk or write in the chat. So fair warning, the scavenger hunt does require a camera to be on. So thank you all for coming and let's get started. So let me introduce Tyler for our first game, which is trivia.
Well, actually, Jake, I
Oh
think
yeah,
you're
I'm
the
sorry.
one who's going to do trivia
Sorry, I
tonight,
got ahead
right?
of myself. I
Last
would
minute,
like,
it's a last minute change. Last minute change.
yeah, I would like to do trivia if that's okay.
It's all you.
So let's start with the trivia rules, shall we? I'll just let the screen load so everyone can see what we're dealing with. All right. So our rules are that each round has a different way to respond, and you must respond in that format with the correct answer to win the round. The host has final decision making for points awarded. The host will write down the points won by each player. Each item is worth 1 point. And I think with that, we can dive in.
And I think with this round, with this, you can either say how you want them to do it, or we can just have them all respond in one way. So whatever you want to do with that. Okay, okay, Jake.
Yeah, so I'm fine with people unmuting and talking or responding in the chat, whatever they think is easiest, whatever works easier for you. So
Great.
I'm just going to give a minute because I see some people joining. Hello,
Okay.
Adam. So just to reiterate where we're at, we're doing a little intersectionality trivia game where we're going to ask some questions and you're going to get the opportunity to either answer in the chat or unmute yourself, whatever you'd prefer. We're always happy to just have participation. So with that, I think we can dive into question one. So the first question is, what is non-judgmental compassion? Is it A, approaching others in situations with an open mind, B, approaching someone free from preconceived ideas, C, approaching a person with restraint from our impulse to respond, D, approaching people with empathy and understanding, or E, all of the above? Give everyone a moment to figure out the answer and put their answers in the chat.
Looks like JK has an answer in the chat already.
All right, we have one E. Love to see it.
I know the answer, so I can't respond.
Me neither. Okay, we have an answer from Adam. And we'll give about like 30 seconds, a minute for people to kind of get their thoughts together and have an answer ready. All right.
I'm gonna
All
go ahead
right.
and keep score.
Okay. So yeah, so far everyone has gotten the first question right. It is E, all of the above. So I think with that, we can move on to question two.
Sounds good.
Why is Michael Yo, American actor and comedian, on IYC's Intersectionality infographic? Is it A, he's a celebrity, B, we think he's handsome, C, he talks about his Blasian upbringing as a mixed race child, Blasian, for those who may not have heard the term, is black and Asian, or D, none of the above?
JK is quick.
Yeah,
We might have to give bonus points for first to respond on this.
that's a good idea, actually. I like that.
JK, I'm with
And
you.
so JK agrees with us on B.
I think, do we have everybody? Oh,
I just
Michelle.
didn't want to start blurting them out or nothing. I was just doing them in the chat.
No, yeah, whatever works for you. We're just happy to have participation, you know? So
Yeah, you
whatever is
could
easiest.
scream it out.
Yeah, let your heart go wild.
Okay. Do you want to tell the answer? Michelle is not participating. Oh, no, Michelle said, oh, no. Yeah.
That's for the other question. Yeah, so
Okay.
I think I'll give the answer. The answer is C. He talks about his upbringing as a mixed race child. He's a black and Asian man, hence the term. Of course, being a celebrity with a platform to talk about these topics definitely helped him get on our infographic too. And the handsomeness is certainly a bonus. So with
Okay.
that,
So far, I don't know. It's a tough race so far.
all right. Question three. Relationships are an important part of the life of a person with intersectional identities. True or false? So again, JK with the lightning speed.
Say true.
Okay.
Pretty true. Pretty true. Nicholas says, great. Adam's right in there too. Hey. Okay. I think those are our people who are joining us for this question. What's the answer,
Alrighty.
Jake?
The answer would be A, true. Also for most of us. But particularly when we have identities that relate to different groups, we may particularly value our relationships because they help us ground us in our different identities, which are ultimately all a part of who we are. So with that, I think we can head on to question four.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a tough one. Who coined the word misogynoir, which means hatred of, aversion to, or prejudice against black women? Is it A, Sojourner Truth, B, Moya Bailey, C, Robert McRuer, or D, Michael Yo? Some of you may remember Michael Yo from a previous question.
And fun fact, all of these folks will be on our infographic, so
Yeah.
they will appear again.
Yeah, this
See.
one's a bit of a thinker.
I'm going to say B.
Okay, that's two B's, and a D.
In the marketplace. B needs to look a lot more. Oh, I think we've got Michelle said B also.
Okay, then in that case, I can reveal the answer. So the answer is B. Moya Bailey is an American writer and activist. She coined the word, which now appears in the dictionary, which I could not believe. Sojourner Truth is known in part for giving her famous Ain't I a Woman speech in 1851. Robert McRuer published Crip Theory, Cultural Signs of Queerness and Disability in 2006. And of course, we mentioned Michael Yo is a Blasian celebrity who talks about his intersectional identity. So with that, we can move on to the final question of our quiz and then head to the scavenger hunt. So, what is a term increasingly used to describe a group marginalized or disenfranchised and without power or privilege? Those considered minorities are not necessarily in the minority by numbers.
D as in dog.
D is in dog. Okay. We have D from Adam and JK as well.
We got to make these questions harder, I think.
Or maybe we just have really knowledgeable attendees today.
That's true. That's true. I give it to the attendees. Nicholas,
All
you
right.
want to throw your hat in there? Did we already get your answer?
D.
Okay. I kind of
D,
gave
all
it
right.
away. I shouldn't have said that right before.
Well, the answer is in fact D, minoritized group. So, what is there to say about that? Minoritized as a verb draws attention to the action of treating group members as a minority rather than the group actually objectively being a minority. The language we use is a lot of people think it doesn't make a difference, but it makes a big, big difference. So who would the winner of our game be? It looks like it is, if we're going by speed, because we had a lot of people get answers correctly, I think if we're going by answer speed, JK is our winner for the trivia night.
I think we've got to give it up for JK. Nicholas, you got all the answers right with him right there. But yeah, I think JK's the one who
Yay,
got it.
let's go. Yeah, we love to see it.
Yay in the chat. Great.
So now we can turn on our scavenger hunt.
Now
So
this one I'm going to work on, if that's okay. Everybody good? I'm very excited. So now here's the thing about our scavengers hunts. We're gonna be able to show you the rules in a minute. But most important thing about our scavenger hunt is that we have to have our cameras on. So for those of you who are a little camera shy, we're asking you, please put those cameras on. We want to see you, because when you go grab your items, you're going to have to come back and show them to us. And it may matter, just like with JK in that last one, it may matter who comes back first. So everybody's going to get us the chance to show us their items. But first person back with all of the items, that's the one who gets a little bit of an edge in answering the question. So here are our rules for our scavenger hunt. All players need to turn on their webcams for the host to know which player arrives first. I just mentioned. The host I will show you one letter, and that letter will be the first letter in all of the 3 items that are on the slide. Sometimes these items may not seem very specific to the topic, but don't worry, we'll talk more about how they're related. Sometimes they're just fun metaphors or related ideas. All players would have a limited time per letter to find up to 3 items. So I think we said last time we were going to do 45 seconds, but to get like everybody back, 45 seconds to get everybody back. But it is first person back is always a plus. Let's see. All players must come back to the starting position before the countdown ends for that 45 seconds in order to qualify. But don't worry, we'll let you still show your stuff. We love to see all the fun stuff. Players must rush to find the items in their house or in their apartment and show them on the webcam within that time. And actually we'll wait to the 45 seconds before we actually ask you to show, to discuss your items, but you'll show it to us as soon as you get back. Only the first one back with all 3 items. Well, actually we changed this now. Everybody's going to show their items. And great. So the host will write down the points won by each player. Each item is worth 1 point. So first and foremost, does anybody have questions on the instructions for this? It's a little bit more complicated than the trivia. I have faith in you all. Yeah, and that's great. Tyler, if you can write down the who's winning each round, that would be great. Or I should say the points for each round, because we're going to add up all the points in the end to do this. So without further ado, if we're ready, but again, when you come back, you got to make sure you have those cameras on so you can show the stuff. Without further ado, let's go ahead and show us, not show us, go ahead. Yep, there we go. So we have a W and it's for world, something that represents the world, looks like the world. Woman, something that is woman related. And white, something that is white. So those are our 3 things you're looking for. Come back and as soon as you can with 45 seconds. Okay. Oh, well, that's actually, that kind of covered a lot of it right there, JK. I'm gonna say that covered quite a lot. I am looking, wait, people still coming back. We have a few more seconds. Actually, Tyler, if you can do the timing, that would be awesome. I know when this one's gonna end, but if you can do the next ones.
Okay. I was gonna say I have mine on too, so.
Oh yeah, in
But
that
we
case you can call it.
Well, okay, we have 5 seconds left on mine, so.
Okay, 5 seconds left. This is a tough one. I
Okay,
love it.
that's
JK's
time.
helping us out, putting it in the chat, and that's it. We're calling it. Okay, so I know I saw stuff from JK. Did anybody else come back first with everything that I missed? Nicholas definitely has some stuff. Okay, so who was the first person to come back though? I think it's Nicholas and JK in this game. Let's see. Okay.
I was gonna say for that, I'm at a little bit of an advantage because I'm in a wheelchair, so I'm kind of stuck in one spot.
That's fair. That is fair. It's a bit of a disadvantage, admittedly. Yes, that is true.
Oh, you're playing the hard game like me.
You're playing the elevated game. You can only do things within you're just getting the bigger challenge right there. Only do things at your within reach. Okay, so let's see. You know what? JK, why don't you go ahead? Because I think you had more stuff right at the like early on. What do you got for us?
So I have my journal of different women from around the world, and it does include a white woman as well as different. I don't know if it comes across on the screen, like some of the little elements that are also white that are with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's like
I-
everything in one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was very lucky.
I am so impressed right now. And I thought this was
That
like,
is
oh, this is gonna
impressive.
be the hardest scavenger hunt we've ever done. And you won
Yeah.
scavenger hunt. Just in general,
Mhm.
as a thing. You have now won it. But no, Nicholas is a contender here. Nicholas, what do you have that you had available for us? Okay.
So what, we were just supposed to find one thing, or like 3 items for each, or one for.
Ideally, just one of each would be great. But they didn't have to be all the same item. JK was rocking it then.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say like I got white nail polish,
That
which I
works.
know is not just for women. I use it as well.
Love it.
And for around the world, I mean, it's a little. I collect crystals,
Really?
which I have a bunch of them, which are from
That's
all
cool.
around the world and such. So that's what I got.
I like that. Okay. And so wait, so that's world and white you got. Okay, fantastic. Excellent. So I think we
I was
got
just gonna
you.
say I had white women and world.
Oh, where'd you get what was the woman one again? I'm sorry.
Well, the one for nail polish.
I see.
I like that.
It's
Okay.
funny.
I got that. That was subtle. I missed it. I apologize. Okay. All right, so it could be a tie, but I think JK got back first. And honestly, even if you didn't, I think you get a bonus point for having all
Yeah.
one object. I think I have to give it up to you
That's
for that.
yeah. It's unprecedented.
Yeah,
I know.
unprecedented.
I have
Okay.
my desk items, and I know Jake got up and got stuff too.
Oh
if we're
yeah,
allowed to
Sim.
share.
What do you got for us? Let's see.
You go, Jake.
Yeah, so for women, I picked one of my favorite women ever, Janelle Monáe. She's my favorite singer. She's great. For world, this is from a video game, but it looks like the moon. But it's this thing called the Traveler, and it's very worldly. And I brought one of my favorite white people, Billy the Puppet from the Saw series. So we got everything here.
That is terrifying, is all I'm going to say. Absolutely terrifying, that last item.
It's a Christmas
Okay.
gift, one of my favorites.
One of your if I got that for Christmas, I'd be like, why do you hate me? Why would you give me that gift for Christmas? All right.
And
Tyler, go for
I
it.
have one of my favorite anime manga series written by a woman. This is the first book in the series.
What's the author's name? Want to share?
Natsuki Kizu.
Okay, great.
My other one is also written by someone whose first name is Natsuki. That's my other favorite one. I think it's very interesting that they have the same first name.
That and it's definitely not a common name here. That's for sure. Okay, great.
Well, they're Japanese, so I don't know if it's a
Right.
common name there.
Oh yeah, I don't know either. I don't know either. What? So okay, so you've got your woman, and what
Yes,
else?
and then I have my St. Joseph's College eagle who has a white head and has traveled the world.
And traveled the world. Will you share with us where it has gone? Did you really take it with you?
This one specifically I took with me to Iceland, and he has been on other trips.
And he has been.
I
Okay.
don't know all of the places that he has been, but when I won the photo contest as like having posted pictures with him literally the entire time we were in Iceland, they were like, "Okay, so like we could give you this gift card." I'm like, "No, no, no. Can I just have the bird back?" Like so when he came back, he from the trip he was on, it may have been Greece. When he came back from that trip, they gave him to me.
Aw, that's nice.
Yeah.
Wait, so Philly, was that like an Eagles reference because of there's like the Super Bowl? I'm not a sports person, if you can tell, right? Aren't the Eagles in the Super Bowl right now or gonna be?
Yes.
Yeah. So was the Philly and Eagles football reference?
I think there are a lot of St. Joseph's colleges in the
Yeah, there's one in
country.
Brooklyn. There's a
Oh, it's
St.
the
Joseph's
St. Joseph
Yeah.
University.
College reference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one in
But
Brooklyn is the other campus for my school. And then the
I'm
other
Ah,
not.
ones are different. They're university now, but the bird still says St. Joseph's College because
it's a
we're
relic.
OGs.
There's a
And
St. Joseph's College in Philadelphia that my teenage son wants to go to. So I was curious if it was the same school for an offline conversation.
there you go.
It
I
is
have a
not.
I have a daughter who's applying for colleges, so I feel your pain right now. I feel your pain. And wait, am I crazy? Isn't it the Philadelphia Eagles though?
No,
No,
Yes,
they are in the Super Bowl. Yeah.
they are.
but like
Yeah.
it's Philadelphia Eagles,
Yes.
right?
Their
Yes.
mascot is
Okay,
an eagle also.
Mhm.
okay.
My high school had an eagle.
That is
Mine.
my worlds are colliding. I'm sorry. Okay, what are you gonna say, Tyler? Are you gonna say something?
No, I was thinking about my high school's mascot, but I think my high school's mascot's an arrow.
That is an interesting mascot. Why not?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
not? I like that. Okay. So the win goes to JK with a quick second on that from Nicholas. Thank you, Nicholas. Okay. Our next set of words, whenever you're ready. Oh, wait, I didn't actually talk about those, did I? I didn't tell you anything about
No.
why we had those words. That seems kind of silly, right? That's part of my job. Literally, I have one job. I have one job is to tell you what these words mean. What is
I
wrong with me?
believe in with the theme of tonight, you have many jobs.
That's probably true. That's there you go. There you go. That is in theme. That's true. That's true. So, and literally, I also actually do have many jobs. Okay, so world. We included the word world here, because one of the ways our intersectionality becomes visible is through our use of language. And so, if we're from different places around the world and we're using different languages, then people will know, oh, you're from there or you're from there. Even if you're not, you might still know that language. And so we might do what's called code switching, which is shift in our language, even as we're like, we say one sentence and we use one word from a different language, incorporate it into that. And that's when we're code switching. So code switching is an indicator that you might have an intersectional identity. And sometimes we do it even in the same sentence. We might do it accidentally. We might do it because we don't have quite the right word in the language that we're talking. And so the other language gives us a better word for that. And we might just do it unintentionally or for any number of reasons. So code switching is kind of a cool way to kind of see if notice if somebody has an intersectional identity. Woman like me, I'm a woman, and actually I was really I was interested to see if anybody was going to call themselves out as a woman in order to say, look, I'm a woman, I fit this. But in any case, so there's lots of strong women who have done absolutely amazing things that had intersectional identities. Sacagawea was a teenage female mother as well as being Native American. She was, of course, invaluable to that Lewis and Clark expedition that you probably heard some things about. Angela Davis is a Black woman and a lesbian who was a member of the Black Panthers, the Communist Party. She's also an author, and she has a book that's titled, perfect for our event today, Women, Race, and Class. Women, Race, and Class, right? So clearly intersectional related there. And another woman named Kimberly Crenshaw, sorry, is the person who actually coined the word as we know it today, as we're talking about it today, intersectionality. So there are some three strong women with intersectional identities to talk about. And then white, I wanted to share with you that, you know, just because somebody's white does not mean they don't have an intersectional identity, as I'm guessing everybody here probably is already aware of. And their intersectional identity, even though generally speaking, white people might be in have more privilege, maybe in American culture, there's, not sure I had to put the maybe in front of that, but anyway, white people may have some more privilege in American culture. That intersectional identity may put them in a position to be marginalized, even despite that privilege they may have in some situations, right? So there's always different situations where one of us might have privilege, but another situation we may be marginalized for some intersectional identity you have. And even one of our board members, just as an example, is a white woman. She's a white Jewish female with a disability. So lots of intersectionality going on there. And so really the definition of intersectional identity that we're working from is a combination of two or more identities. And it's most often referred to identities that are marginalized in some way, at least one of those identities being a marginalized identity. And really the idea of intersectionality, and you know, one of the points of what we're trying to share with this event and with this topic is that it's complex, right? It's complex because you have that identity, you have this other identity, you may have another identity, but then you also have the combinations of all of those identities. And then that's a whole nother set of experiences, maybe stereotypes that you're dealing with as a result. So I hope I did my duty of explaining why we picked these three words. I forgot for a minute, but I got back on the track there. And now back to Jake to share our next set, if you all are ready.
Well, real quick, we have
Yeah.
a new attendee,
Fantastic.
so
Yeah, I had
I just want to.
messaged them and kind of gave them a little summation.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we're just doing, gonna have 40 seconds. There's gonna be 3 words on the screen. You're gonna have 40 seconds to kind of run, grab some items, maybe 3 items each, or one item that kind of encompasses multiple things, an intersectional item, if you will. And we can then kind of just talk about why you chose them, and we'll assign points based on number and, if there's a tie, speed.
And actually, I'm going to add one more thing to that. I do think we should give props to those who are doing the elevated version of this, which is only at your desk. I think that's worthy of getting an extra point. So I think that's you know, that's a thumbs up there all around. So if you are just doing your desk area, you want to do the elevated version of this, that is totally cool. Let us know, and you can do. We'll get you an extra point along the way. Kind of, I think, total point. Same thing for the other things that Jake mentioned coming early and things like that. So okay, let's go. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, don't go yet. Wait, turn it back. Turn it back. If you're going to do this, I don't know if Jake put this in the chat to Rhonda. If you're going to participate in this game, you don't have to. But if you're going to, you do need to have your camera on. So just to mention that to you.
Just so we can see the items.
Yeah, at minimum, just to show us the items.
Exactly. So, okay. So when you come back, you can show us the items. Okay, great. Now go ahead.
All right. All right, next up we have Help, Hope, and Hero.
Okay, and I am starting the timer now.
45 seconds. You can count down to 5 seconds, Tyler, when you have it. 5, 4, 3, or let me know. I'll do it.
I'll give a 15-second warning. It's hard to keep track of the timer and find items.
Well, some folks are coming back with stuff. Some folks I see. These are tough ones. If you're a Marvel comic fan, now is the time to bust out those figurines that you have on your desk.
Yeah. All right, we have 10 seconds left.
Let's go. Let's see.
Okay. You want to do your 5 countdown? Go for it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, everybody come back. Let's talk about what we have. And I love that Jake was giving me the 5, 4, 3 as we were going along with his hands. That was kind of cool. Okay, I think JK led us the next time. Last time I'm going to have, if it's okay with Nicholas, you want to lead us this time?
All right. For help, I have my grabby stick, which helps me pick things up. So, like I said, I'm in a wheelchair. I guess you can say it gives me hope too, but I didn't do it for that.
That works though.
For hero, I actually have it's my health record card. I'm diabetic and such, and it has all my information on that paramedics can scan it and have all my stuff. So that's my hero.
That's
And
important.
for hope, like I got a stickers here of a bunch of it's hearts of different flag colors for the 2S LGBTQI plus, and that just gives me hope whenever I see it, and hope for a better world and everything. So
I I love that. That is fantastic. That is a lovely, lovely sentiment. Okay. That was great. Justin from work preparing dinner. Sorry, no problem, Rhonda. If you know, you can join us on any one of the rounds of this. We have a few more to go. It's actually the scavenger hunt's going to be a little bit long today. That was great, Nicholas. JK, why don't you show us what you have?
So it turns out it was another like single thing. This is a book called Wired for Wealth. And this gentleman, Alok Trevek, he's one of my mentors, and he's a neuroscience doctor who teaches people to rewire their brains to overcome trauma. And this particular book he wrote about rewiring your brain for wealth, but this is like what he does. So it kind of encompasses all of those things. And also for the work that he's done, it has helped me with wealth generation. So that again, that's lucky.
That is fantastic. And Jake said that's fascinating and very much needed. Yes, you folks are coming up with some amazing stuff.
Yeah.
Rhonda, you'll have to give us an IOU at some point to come back
Yeah.
and play the game when it's not dinner time.
Jake, did you bring items this time?
Yeah, I brought 2 this time because for hero, I could double dip with Janelle Monáe because I love her, but I'm gonna do my father. This is him at my brother's FDNY Academy graduation. There's me. For help, I did this notebook, this journal I have for therapy and life because I think it is incredibly important to like write down your feelings, if not just so you can like read them at another time. And I guess you could say, oh, thank you for putting the book in the chat. And I can also say it gives me hope because I can look back on this and see how I've grown. So maybe I'll double dip a little.
There you
I was
go.
gonna say I think both of those kind of count for hope. So yeah.
I
For
love
mine,
that.
for help and hope, I have a box of affirmation cards, and they also have journal prompts on the back. And for hero, I have the Paw Patrol snacks that I confiscated from my toddler before this call.
I love that. I love that. Oh my gosh. Now I did not notice who came back. I thought it was Nicholas who came back first. I thought it was Nicholas. Anybody want to
It's
tell me I'm
hard.
wrong?
I'm not sure because technically he didn't get up.
That's
I
true.
think,
So you kind of win just by
like
that.
yeah, like I said, I'm in a wheelchair. I just get what's all around me. I
no,
don't think I
totally
get
get you.
over
Trust me.
I think Nicholas won this round,
Yeah,
and
I'll say so.
fantastic. So that's great. So far we're tied. So far we're tied. Okay, now are we? Oh no, I have to talk to you. See, I almost forgot again. Oh, you guys are letting me have too
I
much
was gonna
fun.
remind you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So okay, so
I
help.
I
Yes.
do request that you try and be quick because we don't want to run out of time.
I don't want to run out of time. Okay, so I will get to this quick. So help. So sometimes we all need help, whether we have intersectionalities or not, but our intersectionalities get more complicated. In 1976, our court case, there was a court case. It was called DeGaff, and I'm not going to get it right. DeGraff and Reed and General Motors, and the plaintiff was only allowed to pursue the discrimination case based on one of their identities, race or sex, but not both. They were not allowed to do that, which is, by the way we think about it now, that just imagine having to pick which identity you want to put forth in order to try to win your case. So sometimes you need help. Yeah. So okay, so we're gonna leave it at that for help, and then hope. Hope it always makes me think of President Obama. It can't not, because that hope poster during his campaign. And of course, Obama is the first Black U.S. president. But actually, he was multiracial, right? We think of him as the first Black U.S. president, but he was multiracial. His mother was white, his father was Black. And intersectionality. So it's kind of like I went on a little like tangent, stream of consciousness when I was thinking about this one. Intersectionality can involve just race, but it can also involve other types of identity as well. And so we have just a few examples of some stats on intersectional identities. 1% of Black people also identify as Jewish. 11% of people 11% of people identify as both disabled and Asian. And 12% of LGBTQ adults also identify as Black. So there's just a few examples of intersectionality. And then last but not least, HERO. HERO came to mind because there is such a thing as intersectional justice. And we will just leave that at that, so that we can expedite things. But those heroes who are helping make that intersectional justice happen and advocating where needed. So moving right along, let us go.
Yeah, so next up we have, observation, open, and option. And this one's a little more open-ended, so we'll see how people go with that.
I told you I was trying to make this a little bit more difficult. I was.
Yeah.
Okay,
So.
I'm gonna start the timer.
45 seconds.
Observation.
Got to think outside the box for this one.
Yeah.
Like Rhonda observing us right now. She can't participate, but she's observing, which we appreciate.
Open.
Shell too, I think.
Option. Okay. I have my items.
Oh, you're back. Okay, how are we doing on time?
We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There we go. Okay. We have it. Let's go. Who would like to show first? Well, why don't we give one of our folks who we know is not going to win a chance to go first? Jake, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, so open, I could not find one, but I chose some unconventional options. So observation, I chose my TV remote because it's a window to a lot of different people that I make a lot of observations about. Currently watching a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race. There's a lot of observation done there. And for option, I chose a stress ball from my college because you have the option to go crazy and like get mad, but sometimes you just like need to get a little stress out. So it's the option of releasing stress. Again, open, I would maybe my mind, but that's cheesy. So I'm gonna stick with the 2 for now.
Okay, open your mind was a good one. My kids are also watching Drag Race as well, so right there with you. Okay, and
I've never
Tyler.
watched it actually.
I've only watched like one episode, but my kids are getting a little obsessed. Tyler,
Right,
go
so
for it.
for observation, I have my 2 little Pokemon sitting under a tree in a see-through Pokeball, so you can like observe what they do when they're in the Pokeball. Although 2 of them wouldn't be in there, but it's still cute. And then for open and option, I have the same one because when you open my pencil case, there are a whole bunch of options in there. So, got 6 highlighters. I got, no, 7 colors of highlighters, one of them gray. Highly recommend if you have ADHD. I've got like a bunch of different colored pens and I have a pencil.
That's some good options. I love how you guys are doing this. Okay. So why don't we go, Nicholas? Why don't you tell us? No worries.
Sorry there. Okay, well, this can go for a few of them. I have Elliot Page's book, Page Boy, which you could say for open, it's about his openness into his sexuality or his gender and such. It's also an observation into his life and all. Um, it was a great option for a book, but for option, I'm also going to say I'm pansexual, so I have many options.
Yeah.
I like that you have the flag handy too. That's a nice visual for that. That's great. Okay, and it seems like Michelle and Rhonda are observing right now, so we're gonna go to Rhonda. We're gonna go to JK.
Okay, I was kind of struggling with this. But there were two things that came up. This is, I don't know if you can see, but it's my journal and it fits most of these. Observation, because I never journal, but when I was going through a divorce, I started journaling. And so I would observe kind of how I was feeling, what I was doing, and I like documented like what things I wanted to experience like afterward. So options and observation are there. I guess open could also be there, and like literally opening my journal. But then also for my son, his picture, he hates this picture, but I love it because he looks so serious and he is absolutely not serious.
Open to
Uh,
the experiences.
he definitely is one he's the product of the options. He's biracial, but also he's very open-minded, and so he's very open to not only new ideas, but he's excellent business-wise for me with giving other perspectives and giving other ideas. So he's always been very he by himself I think could fit into all of this because he is also very observant. So yeah, those are my two things.
I love it. I love it. This is a tough one. You all came up with some fantastic stuff. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Who won this one? I feel like it's a tie between JK and Nicholas.
Yeah, I feel
Like
like we're
gonna
everyone
neck and
say
gets
neck
a
tie.
right
point, but
now.
Nicholas gets a bonus point.
For being there, but that's you at yeah, we're gonna get that bonus point. Okay, so and Tyler's keeping score. So
Are we giving that bonus point for not getting up every round, or was it just one bonus
I
point?
I think it's one bonus point in the end. I think it's one bonus point in
Okay.
the end. I think JK got a
So,
bonus point too, so that might just end up canceling it out. It's gonna be
yeah.
tough, I tell you. It's gonna be tough.
So,
Uh,
Nicholas, if you could signal to us when you have your items,
oh, that's
that
good.
would
Then we'll
help.
know. There you go. There you go. Okay, so
Same for
let
you,
me.
JK, if you don't get up. Like,
Excellent. I like that. Okay, so observation. People make a lot of assumptions about people's identity based on what we can observe about them, how we look, for example, right? How we talk, how we behave. And there's certain identities that might be more salient or more noticeable in a given conversation than in another conversation, right? And so they're more likely to draw attention. So we do make a lot of assumptions about identities in through observation. Open is on the list because sometimes, though our intersectional identities can be invisible in certain situations or less noticeable or less salient when people aren't aware of them, we then get the opportunity to pass as not being that identity, or we can be open about our identity, even if people can't tell that that's what we are, right? So Nicholas, you were open about being in a wheelchair. We wouldn't have necessarily known that just being on the Zoom, right? So that's an example of exactly that thing right there that we were just talking about. Option is there because, as we've said before, there's a lot of complexity with intersectional identities in terms of what they are, how they intersect, how we experience them, and how others perceive them and communicate with us because we have them. And it's not always the case, but sometimes we can, like I said, choose to pass for another identity in a given situation. And I think I'm going to end with that because we got to go. So, okay, we're going to go, but that was good. That was good. And so now let's go on to our next letter. Go ahead, Jake. And
Yeah, so I can explain because identity, intersectional food, and intersectional skincare product. So think of like flavor combinations and skincare, maybe scent combinations. Maybe you have that one, I don't know, lotion, blueberry lotion or something like that that smells really good. I'm also gonna go grab some, so I'll be right back.
I actually have one of these, but I cheated because I knew what these were going to be. So
Oh,
when I
I'm
saw
gonna start the
it today,
timer.
I took a picture. Yes, please do. When I saw it today, I took a picture. So I'm not actually officially in the race, but
Ooh.
oh, I see some. Oh, JK, is that
All
all
right.
of them? You have three?
I'm back
Ah,
too.
two it looks like, or are you going to try to? They're going to be three.
I'm back with all three. I'm good. I didn't go anywhere.
And Nicholas is on the move. I don't
Yes.
see him. He's there somewhere. Okay, and Rhonda and Michelle are still observing.
15
Great.
second warning.
There
I
we
will
go.
say I did give Michelle and Rhonda both a point because they both observed last round. And that
Oh
is
no,
observation.
that's good. I like that. I listen. We're we like to have our participants. Okay.
Oh, time.
Uh,
Sorry, I missed the 5.
that's okay.
I
Okay.
did announce the 15.
All right, Tyler. Do you want to go ahead with yours? Did you get any this time?
I have all of them, I said.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
My intersectional food, I have trail mix.
Oh, that's pretty
A
good.
whole bunch of stuff going on in there.
It's pretty good. Right? Each individual ingredient, but
Yeah,
together they make trail mix,
they
right?
make
It's
trail
a whole
mix.
new
Yeah, we
thing
got
when they're all combined.
some
That's great.
M&Ms, some peanuts, some cashews, some
All right.
raisins.
What else you got? That's great.
Um, I have I have two different skin things, I guess, technically. We've got Aquaphor because we all have, by we all, I mean me and my child, we have eczema.
Oh,
And so there's Aquaphor everywhere. And I also have silver gel with aloe vera. So,
oh, that's the aloe
which
vera.
is pretty good for like small cuts and stuff too when you don't need Neosporin, but you still need something. And then
Not that we're giving health advice. We are not giving health
no,
advice on this program, just so you know.
no, we are not
Try it at
medical
your own risk.
professionals.
Yes, we're not healthcare professionals. Okay, what else you
No.
got?
For identity, I have my own business card because my business is called
Oh,
Beneath the Identity. So,
love
yeah.
it. Love it. Big hearts. Okay, Jake, you got something? We're going in kind of
Yeah,
reverse.
I'll be quick. So identity, picture of me at a concert with one of my favorite, with an artist that I met, Tosh Blake. I just think it's the happiest I've ever looked in a photo, and it makes me reaffirm my own identity. Skincare, I
Oh,
have pomegranate Jarritos deodorant. It is very, very good. Like I
oh,
love the smell. I don't know, passion fruit, not pomegranate, my bad, but passion fruit, it's great.
nice.
And one of
Okay.
my
We're all
favorite
recommending
intersectional
skin products.
foods, the Kind breakfast protein banana dark chocolate peanut butter bar. I bring these
Wow.
Oh,
everywhere because in case I need a little boost. So that's mine.
I
Yeah,
carry
passion
the
fruit
peanut
is
butter
amazing.
chocolate ones everywhere.
Those are
I'm
also
like
good.
that.
That's
And
pretty good. And Jake, you might have to put feel free to put the body products you're talking about in the chat, right? I mean, let us know.
yeah.
Anyway, but not that we're giving advice. Okay,
We're not
Jake,
health professionals.
we're not health professionals. Okay, I think it's Jake Hayes' turn to go. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have two items, but they overlap with identity.
Huh?
This is my very well loved Korean skin cream. So it's my serum that I keep at my desk, and some pomegranate liqueur, which pomegranates, of course, are very popular in the Middle East, but for a number of the cultures, alcohol is not. So it's definitely intersectional there. And these two I identify with very much. One, because the serum, most people don't believe I'm almost 50, which I am. So this kind of youth serum is part of the identity, but also for the liqueur, because I talk about drinking all the time, but I hardly ever drink, even though I have a tiny bottle of booze in my desk. But so I identify with these very, very much so.
I like that. You might have to put that skincare product in the chat too. Okay, Nicholas, go ahead. What do you got for us?
All right. For identity, I I have my TikTok page where it's my identity for advocacy and stuff. For intersectional skincare, I mean, it's not a whole lot of skincare. It's like an essential oil that I have on, and it's just got different stuff from around the world in it. And
Nice.
I don't really have an intersectional food. I
That
couldn't
was it.
really get anywhere to find one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's fair. And actually, Nicholas, I have an intersectional food for you because I don't know if you all can see it. I was at Starbucks today. Okay. So it's chocolate covered strawberry cream frappuccino blended beverage. I love that it even said blended in the name of the beverage. I was like, I have to take a picture of this for the event tonight. So I think then clear winner there is JK. So congratulations on that one. And for our eyes, I'll do them quick. So identity, that one's kind of obvious, I suppose. But identity is one of the values of intersectionality that we put in our curriculum, which you'll see in our post-event email. And it's about who a person is, how they see themselves. And we have lots of ways to communicate our identity to people. Intersectional food, I was thinking like ice cream flavors and yogurts and cupcakes and all kinds of combinations, and all of those flavors intersect and you just get something that's so delicious, so wonderful. Like Jake was saying, smells so good. Mint chocolate ice cream, not my favorite to tell you the truth, but lots of people love mint chocolate ice cream. There's some intersectional stuff going on there. Okay. And then intersectional skincare products, also same thing. So combining flavors and scents and things like that, and you get some great combinations and a unique new thing because you made these great combinations. So we have two more, folks. We got to squeeze these in. So let's go.
Alrighty. We got adult, action figure, and angry. So with that, I'm gonna let us all dive in.
Okay. 45 seconds.
Angry.
And I hope I hope you don't mind if we, it might take a little bit longer than our 7:30 cutoff time. So, but I'm sure we'll be done by 7:35 at the absolute latest. So if you can stay on, great. If not, we understand.
You're making me get extra creative now
I was trying.
with my not being able to get up.
You get the
I mean, I
extra
can get
challenge
up.
point. The
I
extra
do.
challenge
I'm
point.
not,
Like
I mean, I don't really get points. We got
That's
10
true.
seconds left.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And Jake's got the visual countdown. 2 and 1. Love it. Okay. I think, and actually, because of the way my camera is, I don't even know if JK, but JK wrote stuff in the chat. Nicholas, why don't you go ahead and go first?
Okay, so for angry, I have this angry little carving of a jack-o'-lantern skull or crystal. For adult, me, I guess.
That
And
counts.
I don't have any action figures. I guess I'm an action figure. I'm a
I like that. I like it. You're posing as an action figure. I'm going to say that counts. I'm going to say that. Posing as an action figure. Adult, I'm not sure if it counts because you were like, I guess I'm an adult. So that one I'm not
well,
sure.
I'll say physically I am, but
So okay, we got 3 points. Three for you there. That's great. Okay, and JK, and then next one we're going to reverse. JK is going to go first. Nicholas. So JK, go ahead.
I have an image of G.I. Joe.
How
See
did you-
those words. That's all of it. Angry, adult, and action figure. I don't know. I feel like that's like it, even though it absolutely fits, since it's just on my phone, I kind of feel like that's a stretch, but it does meet the criteria, I guess.
Those are our rules. We'll have to be more stringent in our rules in the future. So we'll disqualify JK from winning. All right, good job. Okay, Tyler, do you want to go quick?
Sure. So for action figure, I've got this guy. I mean, I have 6 of them. You can change their faces. He has an angry face. So
My mind is blown. That is awesome.
yeah, I have 6 of them. Adult, I was gonna use myself, but I guess I'll go with the most adult of the action figures I have and go with him.
Okay. Oh
He's
my
the
gosh,
oldest age-wise of them all, so
I'm floored. The things folks have at their desks, like literally, what do I have? I like have a cup of green tea. Like that's what I have. That's it. I got nothing exciting here. I feel very much like I'm missing out on something now. Okay, Jake, do you want to go?
Yeah, so I was only able to find one for action figure, and it is this little. It's called a Waddle Dee. It's from the game series Kirby. I won it on my birthday from this claw machine place, so it's more of like a little stuffed animal than an action figure, but he can do some actions, so I think he
Okay.
counts.
I like that. I like that. Claw machines are my used to be my absolute favorite until I
All
realized
right,
I never win. So
I feel you.
why did I like the game so much? But you won, so maybe there's hope. You have to tell me your secret. Okay. So who's the winner of that? Oh no, don't tell me that was another tie. Was that another
I
tie?
don't know if we wrote down who came back first.
Who told us who came back first?
I don't know if they told us this time.
Oh, JK put it in the chat.
Okay.
I think JK put it in the chat. Okay.
So
Okay. If I'm wrong, Nicholas, tell me. If you think you came first, you can tell me. Otherwise, I'm gonna. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna give it to JK. Okay. Great. Okay. This is like the nicest scavenger hunt ever. You folks are lovely. Okay. Next and last letter. Oh no,
are
I
we
have to say
talking
things.
about yeah.
You forget it. Okay. So adult. This is kind of a sad one, really. Sometimes an intersectional sometimes an intersectional identity can invoke stereotypes and even dangerous ones. Stereotypes are not really good, but then when they're dangerous, even worse. So there's something called the adultification bias. And this is the phenomenon where people view and treat Black girls as older and less innocent than their peers. And you can see easily how that can get into a very dangerous situation. And this is typically an unconscious bias. You don't realize even you're doing it. You just treat them older than somebody else your own age. Action figure. I was kind of thinking about intersectional justice here, back to that topic we talked about before. And you need to take action in order to advocate for your rights and things like that. So, and then angry. I was thinking the stereotype of the angry Black woman, right? That's an intersectional stereotype. It's not just because the person is Black and not just because they're a woman, but it's precisely because they have an intersectional identity that they have this, that there is this stereotype, angry Black woman stereotype, that sometimes prevents people from seeing that a Black woman has just the same range of emotions and abilities to express the same range of emotions and feel the same range of emotions as any other person out there. So those are my explanations. Thank you for reminding me about those, Tyler. And our last letter. Go ahead. Thank you for staying on.
Yeah, so lastly we have mask, me, and melange or mixture.
Melange. Fancy on that one, huh?
I'm gonna start the timer.
Rhonda, I hope your dinner is done and you're getting to sit down and enjoy it while you're observing
I'm
us some
back.
work. Ah, there you go, Nicholas, back. Excellent. I think JK is right behind you. I think we said JK was going to go first this time, but I think we still have more time on the clock.
We do. But if everybody's back, I mean, well, Jake's not back, but I can stop it early if I need to. That's not a big deal. We have 10 seconds.
8,
I'm also back.
7, 6, 5. Come on, Jake. 4. You got this. 2, 1. He totally didn't have it. He totally didn't have it. He didn't get back. He didn't get back. Okay. JK, go right ahead. I don't think he
Who
heard
was
any
back?
of that.
Who
He
was
was
back
on the
first this
thing.
time?
JK, I think, goes first this time, right?
No, but who was back first?
Oh, Nicholas, he said it.
Nicholas was
Loud and
back
clear.
first.
Okay. Okay.
So me is me. For melange, I have my little crystal money tree. So it's just a bunch of different crystals that I keep here. So it's a melange of crystals. And then for mask, again, it's like kind of gray area, but I do have a tiara that I will usually wear. So when I need to get myself and kind of like, okay, I need to focus and tap into like my power, I put on, instead of a mask, I put on my crown. And so I'm doing like spreadsheets or what have you with my crown on. It's a good motivator for me to tap into my alter ego. So yeah, those were my 3 things.
I couldn't love that more. I'm gonna get myself a crown now. Now I'm seriously gonna
I
get
have
one.
a flower crown somewhere.
I'm gonna have to get one
That's
of
I'm
I
those.
gonna have
have
to
my
wear it to the
crown
gala.
here at home, and then at my office I have a set of neon cat ears. Same purpose, totally different energy.
It's important.
I don't know which one I would do. Which I have now. I have choices. And that was one of our other words, options. And by the way, love. There's a whole crystal theme going on here. So Nicholas, take it away. What are yours?
Speaking of crystals, for mask, I have a Uperlite screen face mask or crystal. For mixture, I have a mixture of crystals for like the 7 chakras in here. And for me, and you can also use this as a mixture, I have a pyramid of pansexual colors, pink, yellow, blue, which is my sexual identity and such. So that's for me, and mixture because it's colors it had to mix resin. So.
I love. You didn't make that yourself, did you? I had a feeling. Oh my gosh, that's
Oh
super
yes,
impressive.
I make that jewelry. I make a lot of stuff.
That is very cool. Okay, like Tyler said, put your information in that chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Jake, why don't you go?
Yeah, so I only found one for Melange, but I think I'm gonna add another M, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. It is a great mix of music genres. I just think this is such an incredible album. I think Apple Music called it the best album ever made. I just think there's so much going in with it, and it just reminds me of like a perfect mixture of. I could have also picked a Janelle Monáe album, but I wanted to diversify a bit. But I don't know. I just really love this album as like a perfect mix of so much like commentary, her personal life, and like rap, singing, R&B. She has a cover of Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. Just I could go on, but it's a perfect melange for me.
I love it. I love it. Okay, Tyler.
I have, since I was going to do something else for Melange, but since we really liked My Little People's Faces so much, here's the box of all of the different pieces that they come with. Some of them have pets. I got a dog.
I need to
And
go shopping.
and a cat. That's Melange. Me, I mean, uh, I mean, I showed my business card before. If we could repeat items, I'm also, here. And then third one, I can't see it because I have the chat open. Hold on. Mask. Oh, right. I have my mask. I don't know why it's
Oh,
on my desk, but it's on my desk.
there you go. Okay. So that's fantastic. I think wait, who came back first for that one?
Nicholas.
That was right.
Nicholas
Nicholas came back
first.
first for that one. Okay, fantastic. So this is great. We're done with the list. We're 8 minutes over our event time, which we never do. But we do need to close out the event, announce the winner. It seems that for this game, that JK by only 1 point is the winner of this game. It was so close, so close. And of our last game, so JK is going to get a certificate for that. Adam, if he was here, but Adam left. Adam won the last game, right? Was it Adam?
No, JK won the
Yeah.
last game.
Oh, JK, I'm so sorry. JK won that one too. Oh, Nicholas, I'm telling you, you put up a good fight. You put up
did.
a darn good fight. So JK is our overall winner or winner for this game. Okay. Yep. And we will give the prize, and the prize, as Jake said, is all in the autobiography of Billie Jean King, as well as a youth book on equality by Billie Jean King as well. If you don't mind, JK, throwing your email address to me, Tyler, or Jake in the chat as a private message, then we will make sure that we mail those out to you. And without further ado, first of all, thank you to everybody who participated.
Yes.
That
Well,
was
wait.
awesome. And then Jake's going to take us away. Yeah.
Nick could get the bonus point and tie it
That's a good point.
Well,
for
well,
for what for what it spells.
technically you only do that if
Oh, okay.
you did tie.
I think it's fun either way. Otherwise, we don't talk about it at
But
all. And then what was the point of doing it?
what was the point of doing it? You're right. So Nicholas, Nicholas, do you know what our word spelled? What all those letters spelled?
So,
a tough one.
Trying to think what all the letters was there 4 or 5 we did?
5. No,
5.
6.
Okay.
Yes.
6.
6. Oh, great.
Yes.
Oh, was it a woman?
No.
Trying to think of them. Oh,
It did start with a W.
yeah.
Did start with W. Anybody else remember?
I wrote them down.
W-O.
That's the good part. If you come to our events, you know that this is always our tiebreaker. So inspiration to come back again.
W-O-M.
There was an M at the end.
They are in order. So it's not like we're not trying to trick you. It's not an anagram.
Yeah. It's not an anagram.
Yeah.
It's in the order it appeared. Started with a W. Doesn't have to be one word, and I'll give you a
Yeah.
hint. It was not one word today.
Oh,
Actually,
This is the first time it's not been one word, actually.
first time Maya came up with that. I thought that was great. It's actually 3 words.
white.
You know, like, we need to go. Why are you doing this?
Sorry.
Well, think about it while Jake closes us out. Nicholas is
Yeah.
going to think about it some more. Okay, go
I
ahead,
know.
Jake.
Okay, there was W-O-M. W-O-M-I.
Mm-hmm.
W-O-M-I. W-O-M.
You got the
Oh,
letters.
They're not
Keep
in the
thinking
right
about
order.
it. Don't
Yeah.
look in the chat. Don't look in the chat.
oh no, no.
No cheating.
Well, nothing's in the chat. I sent that to you.
Oh, you
Okay.
did? Oh, sorry.
W
Okay.
W O. There was a W O Y. There was an A. The last
Oh,
one.
JK, you did get it. You did get it. JK sent me private. That's not in the
Okay.
chat. You won't see it. So think about it. Think about it. I
Mhm.
think you're close. You're close. The O, I will give you a hint. The O was not the second letter. It was the third letter.
No.
Okay, Jake, take us away.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I do want to say, Nicholas, do you have an Etsy shop? Because I feel like you would thrive with one. I
I
genuinely.
I I don't because like I'm on disability and I have no
Yeah.
idea what all the
I
stuff is
see.
there. I just have a Facebook account and just kind of do it on that. But
Gotcha. Just wanted to
yeah.
know where I can check you out. But I want to say thank you all for coming to this much to discuss event on intersectionality. We really hope you enjoyed. Please remember this is only the beginning of learning about this topic. So please consider committing to a weekly act to raise awareness about issues relating to intersectionality. Getting informed by coming to this event is a great way to start. We also encourage you to seek opportunities and collaborations with people from different communities. Make sure you talk when you talk about or with people who you think are from the same community as you. Opt not to view or treat people as one-dimensional representations of the group they seem to most visibly represent. To help you continue to learn about this topic, we'll send our event video and infographic in a follow-up email in about a week. We encourage you to review what you've learned and share this material with others. Please take a moment right now to take our quick poll. These will not be the questions you get in our email survey. And to look for and learn more about great Inform Your Community events, not just our Much to Discuss program, but events from our other programs as well, check out our website. Again, that's www.informyourcommunity.org. Our next virtual event is free. It's a craftivism event, adult crafting on retirement and aging on Thursday, March 6th at 6:30 p.m. EST, so same time as this one. We hope you will join us for this fun event. If you register no later than 1 week before the event, we will ship the free materials out to you. If you are watching this video on YouTube, please be sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel, and share with family and friends. Also, we ask that you please consider donating to cover the cost of materials and shipping to those who don't afford it. It helps keep events free for those who can't. That mainly applies to our crafting events. And just overall, thank you for coming and for helping inform your own communities based on what you've learned today. It's been a really fun event. A lot of nice discussion.